Hello everyone, this is Quaker from Next Gen Windows, bringing you another Windows 8.1 app review. Today's app review is going to be on Windows Phone Central, or for those of you who know it as WP Central. WP Central or Windows Phone Central is a tech blog that covers mainly anything covering Windows Phone, but sometimes even generally covers anything regarding Microsoft in general, like major news announcements. So this is the official app made by one of their editors, and here we go, take a look at it. And one thing that you will notice if you have been following my channel for a while is you won't see any mouse cursor on my screen, mainly because I just picked up a Surface Pro. So this will be the first review that I actually take a look at the app with a touch screen instead of just using the mouse and keyboard. But however, you can use a mouse and keyboard, as you can see there. I have the type cover 2 on. So I can show you little things if need be. But on top of that, let's get into it. For starters, here is the main screen. Here, when you actually get into the application, you do see the splash screen. Not exactly a splash screen. This is just like the most trending article here. So you can see this article is Xbox Music and Xbox Video updated on Windows 8. View popular artists and more. So if you see that, you can even tap on it, and it'll take you into the article, which is a cool effect. Obviously, you can click on it and replace the word tap with click, and it's the same thing for mouse. So you can swipe over, again, replace swipe with scroll, and you can do the same things with the mouse. So, you can see here the app is pretty fluid when it comes to swiping. Another thing that you'll notice that I'm going to be doing differently is I'm going to be testing the speed on how fast the app responds to various gestures and things like that. So you can see here, there's no jittering or anything like that. It works pretty well on the Surface Pro, and it has a really nice layout. You can read everything clearly, and even these links actually take you to the actual website itself. So it takes you to whatever you're exactly looking for. So that's pretty cool. So for instance, he was referring to full screen artist visualizations. I cannot even say the word. So when he's talking about that, he gave you a hot link to it, to his other article on it. So then you can view the article related to that, which is basically what a hot link is, but just for those of you who didn't know. So that's what you can do with that. So that's a pretty cool feature. Let's close this out. And then you see here, actually one thing that you do notice is when I tap on this, you do notice that the app doesn't actually scale to the app does not scale to the size of the screen. It in fact just takes away some of the content. So for instance, if I just add a little bit extra, you can just see a little bit more of the content. If I add more area, more of it, you can see more of the content. And if I scale all the way back, the content does not scale down. The words do not scale down. You still have to swipe through or scroll a little bit. Maybe that's a little thing they could have fixed, but it does work really well on regardless of what screen you're on. For instance, if you're using the 23-inch screen like I do on my main computer, you will notice that regardless of the size, you'll still be able to see it pretty easily, and it's just not going to limit you or anything like that. Maybe you'll just have to adjust the wording when you're reading like that, just slowly to see extra. So that's another thing that I did notice. But on top of that, it does look really nice. It does work really well. Sharing the article is simple. You just tap share, opens up your share charm, and then it gives you the options of what you have available that you can share things to. So that's a pretty cool thing. We close out of that. View images from this article. This is a similar feature that they have on their Windows Phone app. Allows you to view the images that they've used in the article in full screen. So that's a pretty cool thing. So you can see the images that they used in a higher quality, bigger thing. That's pretty cool. Another thing that you can't do though, however, is you can't tap on the image or click on the image to make it full screen. You have to click view images from this article. So if that's something that is a deal breaker for you, well, that's a bummer because it does work really well, but that's one thing you cannot do, and I've noticed that in a lot of apps that you cannot do. You can't tap on the image to view it in full screen. So let's get out of this article. Actually, before we get out of this article, we can see the comments. So 0 comments on this article. If we tap the comments, actually probably someone just uploaded a comment just now. In fact, let's take a look at what time it is. I can't tell what time it is. Let me click out of this other program on my other computer. It is currently 5:09. So this person literally just commented on this article. That's why it did not show up as a comment before. So if you look now, you can scroll back and you can click on the article. In fact, I don't know. I guess it takes a little bit of time maybe for articles to actually it says refresh comments. So okay, here's one thing that I did mess up on just now. If you want to see the latest comments, they don't automatically update. You have to swipe up, or just swipe up or right click, and you do have to click refresh comments in order to get the comments to refresh. So you can see 0 comments in this article. If I hit refresh comments, actually I don't know why the number isn't changing, but the comments do show up. You can swipe up to view more comments, or you can just click on the 0 comments on this or the comments on this article. The number will vary for your experience. But on top of that, it is a really good application. You can leave comments. I'm not going to leave a comment. It does make you sign into your WP Central account, where it gives you option to go register for it. It's a free thing, so you can go ahead and do that if you follow this website like I do. I do have an account, but I guess I forgot to sign in on it. But on top of that, you can leave comments, and you can just interact. You can respond to comments that if people have replied to you. You can do a lot of good cool features with this application. So let's go back. Let's go back to the main screen. Now you will notice that the title up here, Windows Phone Central, does slowly go away as you scroll over to this next page. You can see the background. The background goes away to blend in more with the current setup. And then you can see how the articles are laid out here in time order. So it's laid out from left to top down. So from Reddit, from Read It Picks Up Massive Update to See This Nokia Ships Lumia Icon Review, that's the order it's going to go, and it's going to go down and then up and then down. So that's what's going to happen, and you can keep seeing how it is. Every article is about this is the same way. Let's see if we can find an article with a video on it. So let's see, Lumia Icon Review. Maybe this will have a video on it. We can't actually. It's kind of jerked around a little bit. But let's see if we can find maybe something has a video connected to it. It's a really long review. Okay, see, watch videos in this article. So if we click watch videos in this article, it's kind of like forgetting. It's not listening to me. But now if you click watch videos in this article, you got to give it a few seconds. You can view the videos that are currently on the article. If we tap one, let me lower the volume before I make myself deaf.
What happens when you take the Nokia Lumia 1520 and squeeze it down to a smaller device? You get the Lumia icon.
So one thing you will notice also is that you cannot actually view the video in the app itself. It does open up the Internet Explorer, and it does give you the YouTube page of it, not actually the in-app video of it. Obviously, in-app videos are possible, but maybe they'll include that in a later update. If you want to pitch this to them, you can just email. You can go to their website and find their email and pitch it to them, and they'll most likely include it because they do listen really well to user feedback and tips and stuff like that. That's a really cool thing. So that's how videos look like in this app. So if we go back, you can keep scrolling through. It's kind of laggy right now. I don't know why. It could be the computer itself, or it could be the app. I have no clue. Most likely we'll just blame the computer because usually it's hardware and not software that is the issue, for apps at least, unless it crashed. But you can see here, it's a pretty clean app. It's a pretty straightforward application. The nice full screen when you open it up as a nice opening, for your judgment of whatever, if you want to judge the application based on what you see at first glance. It's a nice look like that. It does have ads on it, but it's not really intrusive or anything like that. It's kind of off on the side, and if you just scroll it perfectly, the ad doesn't even show up in your screen. It is there though. So you can see, you can keep scrolling like that. If you want to swipe up, when you swipe up on the main screen, here's some of the subjects that you get. The things up top here, let me just move the mouse up here. The things up top here are the topics of what they write about. So if we want to view just news or views in news in general, basically this is news right here, anything on the front page here. If you want to view reviews, say if they did reviews on Lumia Icon, you can tap reviews and you can see reviews of, say, Lumia Icon and Film on TV and all the various stuff like that in no particular order. If we go back and then we swipe up again, you can see help. So if you want to click help, this is like any article relating to helping the user on whatever, maybe it's on an app, or if you're having trouble with stuff. If they've written an article on it, it'll be under help. Another thing that you can look at is apps. So this is all the app reviews and taking a look at apps. And then these are games. So games will be separate from apps, similar to how on my channel I do games separate from app reviews, because it's kind of not the same thing, even though they are an app. But on top of that, and then you do see a search right here, which a cool thing is when you search in the app and not actually using the search charm. You use the search in the application itself. So let's type in Nokia, or Nokia as some people call it, and we can see articles related to Nokia. So you can see all of the articles related to Nokia right here. I know I just used it in two different pronunciations, but deal with it. On top of that, yeah, you can also refresh to add more articles on the page if you feel like it. Or if you just want to get back to the main part right here, you will get back just by swiping, or you can just hit news and you'll go back to the beginning of news. So you do also notice one last thing, that there are topics of cover right here. So you can see news is right there. And if you scroll a little bit, you can see the latest reviews. Scroll a little, you see latest in help, latest in apps, latest in games. So you can see you do get the latest in I think it's the latest, I think it's about 8. Yeah, you get the latest 8 in each topic, unless they give a full section for, say, Crazy Horses here. So it is a pretty cool application, and it does seem to work really well on the Surface Pro. And one thing I do want to tell you guys is that base your judgment, if you have a tablet device, on how it's going to function. Base it on, say, this Surface Pro. Sure, the Surface Pro is a full Windows 8 PC. It is just in tablet form factor. But base your judgment on how it functions based on it. And you can see just how the app will basically function on, say, an RT device. RT devices, sure, they're a little bit stripped down, but it will run just about the same thing, especially since this is not like a gaming application or anything like that. It's just a news app. So yeah, this has been Kwaku from Next Gen Windows, giving you a brief take a look and app review on Windows Phone Central, or WP Central to be exact. This app review was brought to you by Jay Bennett. He created this application, and now I'm taking a look at it. So if you guys have any questions on this, just leave it a comment below, or leave me an inbox message. Drop me a line on email or Twitter at nextgenwindows, or nextgenwindows@gmail.com. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.